Dragon324, and today we will be discussing basic eventing. Alright, first when you're on the map, make sure you're on the event layer, and then double click anywhere to bring up a new event window. Here you will see a bunch of information which we will go over in just a sec. First off, we will begin with name. Name is like the name of the event. I usually don't name them, but for your own benefit, especially if you're going to have a lot of events on a map, please do yourself a favor and name them, or if you're like me, you will get lost. Okay, over here we have new event page, which creates a new event page, as you can see. Copy basically does the same thing, except it'll copy the list of event commands, and then when you push the paste event commands, it'll create the new page with the copied event commands. Delete event page will delete the pages, and clear event page will clear the page of event commands. Alright, over here you'll see conditions. I'm not going to worry about this right now because we will go over this in great detail later. Over here is listed commands. It's basically the same. I'm not going to go over them because there's just way too many, and it would take way too long to cover every single situation. Over here is graphics. Double click and you can go through and pick your graphics for your event. You can even change the hue. You can change the opacity, or like how it shows up, and the blending. Down here under options, the move animation is always ticked because this is like what gives sprites the walking movement when they move. So you see their legs move. You click stop animation, it'll basically be the sprite will move, but you won't see the legs move, I guess, in a way. So they just kind of slide. Direction fix is so when the event does not change its direction whatsoever. My friend likes to refer to this as the hammer slide when you're doing it to a character sprite, because he just kind of moves around always facing the same direction. The through box will basically allow the player to walk through an event and will not be stopped by it. Always on top is what you mainly use for like birds and stuff. It's an event that's on the topper layer, I guess you could say. Okay, here we will have autonomous movement. Fixed is where the event does not move. Random is where the event randomly moves around. And approach is where the event will approach the player. And custom allows you to set the conditions for the event's unique move route. Here you will see speed. This is how fast the event will move. Frequency is how often the event will move. And the usual default for these is 3 and 3, but like for player and stuff, it's 4 and 6. Alright, under here, you'll see trigger. The action button makes it so when the player pushes the action key, like the enter key, it will initiate the list of event commands here. The player touch command basically means when the player touches the event, it will initiate the list of event commands. Event touch is like the opposite of player touch. Where I usually use it is where an event touches the player to initiate the list of event commands. Auto run is basically where the event commands will automatically start and the player will not be able to move while the event commands are being carried out. Parallel process is like auto run, except in the fact that the player is able to move around during the event commands. Alright, now let's look at I have a scenario prepared and we're going to go through it, and let's see if you can guess at what each event is set to before I tell you. Alright, first we're going to look at these two signs. As you can see, this one is the one that's been ticked with the direction fix. Let's see what happens when direction fixed is not clicked on. Oh dear, we get a big mistake. The sign is like cut in half. So yes, turn on direction fixed for signs. Up here, you can talk to the girl. Hello, what are you doing today? over here, player touch will basically initiate this ghost. The ghost runs away, and then the brother spawns from you and says, "Nice work." And then we are returned to the title screen. Alright, now let's go through this. Obviously, the girl was set to the action button. And I kind of gave this away, but I didn't kind of mean to. This was set to player touch, so when the player touches it, he gets transferred to these specific coordinates here with a no fade command, and then a switch is turned on. The ghost is set for when that switch is turned on, the ghost will approach the player, and when he touches the player, will initiate the text "Let's fight," and will turn on the control switch self A. When self A is switched on, the ghost will say, "Never mind, forget this, you are too strong," and then he will run away. And then control switch 2 will be turned on. And then after that is done, this says when ghost disappears or switch 2, brother appears on parallel process and says "Nice work." And then the wait frame until control switch A is on, which returns us to the title screen. Alright, go through and look at the movement. As you can see, the bird is set on random with a speed of 3, a frequency of 5. In the options, the move animation, the through, and the always on top is selected. Over here, the ghost is set to an approach with a speed of 4, a frequency of 5, and the move animation is ticked. Over here, on the other part of the ghost, he is set to fixed, but his move route is defined over here. Also, he also has the move animation ticked. The brother has a custom animation with the move route sequence of this, with the repeat action selected. However, the wait frame and the control switch A kind of get rid of the repeated action, so it doesn't always happen, and then we finally get returned to the title screen. Well, I hope this has helped you out, and if you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment or follow the link that I provide, and you can get a hold of me there on the site. Thank you very much.